Scene 5. We're at Drew's house with the new girl, my girl. I'm kind of liking the gazelle, Courtney. I'm fucking with her. Okay, so the scene opened up with Drew telling us that she wants to make a good impression on cousin Courtney. She's calling the girl her cousin now because, you know, Ralph found out that they were cousins. I don't know if it's basically cousins or if they're cousins for real. I don't know. They probably don't have blood running through each other's veins. Anyway.
Well, they don't have that anyway. We already went over that. But still.
Candace Dillard is here. She calls Drew, asked Drew to sing. She said Shamari DeVoe was supposed to sing. I'm so surprised that they flashed the Shamari DeVoe. And they purposely made sure they cut Nene ass out. They showed Porsha
they showed
Shamari DeVoe.
Damn, no, y'all ain't gonna do Nene like that now.
Drew
y'all
explained to us. Right, it's all good though. It's okay, Nene. It's okay, Nene. We love you, bitch. And we're gonna keep using your reels. I mean your
clips every time. Damn, motherfucker, use it.
Yep.
Hey, the queen is back. See Kandi now. Face stuck, okay? Pick your faces up off the floor. She's back.
Drew says they've been hanging out a lot. So her and Candace have been hanging out a lot lately, which is pretty good to know. I don't really fuck around with Candace like that. From what I see about Candace, I don't really fuck with her. I don't really like her like that. I know that she's an antagonist, just like Kenya was when Kenya first got on this season.
She's the villain of her franchise, right?
She was very antagonistic,
yes.
And as well as Heavenly over at Married to Medicine adapted that same.
They're both the villains of their franchise.
And then Candace ended up coming over there doing the same thing. Giselle was trying to be, but then when they brought Candace in, Giselle was like, wait a minute, they got a whole new devil in this mug. Giselle was trying to be though. Anyway,
stop coming for Giselle Bryant, okay?
Anyway,
girl, change your name back.
Courtney arrives to Drew's house with her baby father, who is not her husband and not her boyfriend currently. So why the fuck are they here together? I'm totally confused about that. Maybe they just fucking each other and they trying to get that together. I don't know.
In other words, like that, is she from Atlanta? Because you know how the hood go, bitch. They don't never stop fucking their baby daddy.
No, Courtney don't sound like she from Atlanta. She probably not. But Courtney is also a Capricorn. So Courtney is a sucker for love. Juanita Bynum is also a sucker for love. Juanita Bynum was in 2 relationships. She's a prophetess. And prophetess typically hear from God prior to, or maybe sometimes just as a confirmation. So a lot of people were making jokes like, well, if she was a prophetess, then why God didn't show her that she was gonna get her ass beat? And I ain't trying to repeat no jokes or nothing. But Juanita Bynum was beat up twice in her relationship, and she hopped in these relationships that she was head over heels about these.
Matter of fact, God did show her that she was gonna get beat up. You know why? Because she was finna pick up that brick.
Right.
When I saw him coming, the ghetto in me picked up a brick. He started looking, and he saw the brick. By the time he got about from where there to that pole is, he said, Juanita, I said, Wesley, I will knock your head. When he saw the brick, he said, put that brick down, girl. I'm going to call your daddy. I'm going to call your daddy right now.
You're right about that. But Capricorns are suckers for love. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, Capricorn, but she's a sucker for good dick.
She a sucker for love. That bitch is a sucker for love as well. Come to find out, Drew knows.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What you was going to say?
Drew knows Courtney's baby father.
Okay, so that's when it first going in. Go ahead.
So come to find out, Drew knows Courtney's baby father / fuck buddy, I'm assuming, is a singer. He was in this group, and he also he's acted in something with Drew, and I don't find that to be a coincidence. They definitely did that on purpose. Courtney was acting like, oh my God, I did not know that. Like, girl, please, you definitely fucking did.
Andy already confirmed that he would like a an organic interaction with the women when they first meet each other. So they already right. They knew that they sort of knew.
She was acting like she really didn't know her baby father of 24 years.
Just like when Marlo walked her. Right, exactly.
This is her baby father.
That means that they were together. The baby was already born when y'all were acting together.
Yes, that means
so
that
how the fuck did you not know that he was married and this was his wife? Anyways,
you're so right. They had to be. That movie
had to be.
Just like 10 years ago or 12 years ago.
But just like when Marlo walked in for her first scene, and Sheree said, "I know Marlo." You know,
right.
Phaedra brought her in, but Kandi already knew Marlo before anybody in the group, and Phaedra brought her in. Sheree had already known Marlo, so they wanted to be organic, and they really want them to already know these people, so they already knew each other.
Right. But you're right. It all seemed like a setup. That's exactly what I have here. Drew calls Kandi while Courtney is standing here, knowing Courtney is here. She already know the situation. Ralph already explained. We know that last episode they had a whole conversation about it. So why would you even do that? Drew is being real messy, and I don't know if it's because Drew didn't like how hard Kandi was coming for her on Speak On It. you know, Kandi was really coming hard for Drew on Speak On It during the reunion. When the reunion part 2 or part 3 dropped, she did a Speak On It with Drew, and she was really coming hard for her. And maybe this is why we're seeing this Drew keep trying to, you know, do little sneaky shit towards Kandi.
Right.
Because this was this was like pointless. What was your reason? Let me call Kandi. Like, bitch, why? Courtney said, okay, I'm gonna walk over here. Yeah. Like, I'm not understanding why.
And she still said, hey, Courtney.
Yes, and still brought the phone over there and say, hey to Courtney. Like, we're doing a little bit of family time, and looked at the camera
Bitch,
like,
that's not my family, bitch. I was just finna choke
right.
this hoe.
Kandi said, okay, and you call me why? All right, I'm gonna talk to you later. Like, are you kidding me? She really trying to fuck out of her. And later in the episode, she tried her again, and we'll talk about that a little bit later when we get there. But I feel like it's sneaky. It's sneaky like Kandi, though. Kandi do a little conniving, underhanded little sneaky shit as well, I feel like. Okay. Drew says that Sanya unfollowed her, and I feel like clearly she could care less.
Couldn't
Care less. My bad. Drew wanted to ward off that demonic spirit. Remember that demonic spirit that was part masculine, parts feminine? They couldn't figure out whether it was Anthony or whether it was Sanya. Remember that. So
it was part masculine, part feminine. That's not what that lady said. She said, I'm sensing a feminine energy, but it could be a man who emulates a woman, or
it could be a woman who emulates a man.
And there is an adversary. It feels like it's a woman, but I'm not sure. Because when you see stuff in the spirit realm, it can look like a woman, and it could just be a man that has the spirit of a woman. Just be very aware.
Babe, that's crazy. I'm looking at everybody. I'm like, is it a Sanya? Then I'm like, well, maybe it's the assistant. Is it Sheree? Because Sheree's been murmuring, and I don't know, maybe Sheree's coming from me. I hope it's not Kenya. But is Kenya gonna turn on? I don't know. I don't know who it is. But I'm looking around everybody. Things with Sanya and I were moving in a better direction. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, I noticed she unfollowed me. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. That is a big deal. When you unfollow somebody, that is making a major statement. She'll say she's my friend. And then when the rest of the group gets together,
It changes?
it changes.
They want to eat some pussy.
Stop it. So it was but it could have been Sheree. It was the two muscular bitches. It was one of
Could
them.
have been Sheree too. But I don't think Drew really cared. Drew, this confessional was too goofy and too funny. Drew was like, girl, please. I care. Okay. Sweep your ass away. I'm glad you blocked me, bitch. Don't unblock me. Drew definitely was giving care. She couldn't care less. Let me make sure I say that correctly. Couldn't care less.
You better not ever put another one in my face.
Could not care less.